Good day everyone. Fun fact, the background of my videos are all done on a 10mm grid, so you have a frame of reference if you ever want to know how big one of these miniatures are. So today for show and tell, I'd like to talk a little bit about my Harlequins Killteam. As you can see, the first thing that will stand out to you is that they are all different colors. I chose not to paint them as any specific mask or existing faction of Harlequins. Instead, I went with a almost Suicide Squad theme with them, and it was conveniently so because then I could very easily remember who my specialists were. Deathstroke is my combat spec, Harlequin herself is my zealot, my medic is Poison Ivy, and of course my leader has to be Joker. And with this kill team, I tried to do a couple of new things that I had never done before, and one of them was freehanding diamonds on the Joker's cloak. So you'll see that they are slightly misshapen and slightly crappy, but I did learn quite a bit from this model, which I carried over to some of the subsequent ones as well. I always like to sort of create a challenge and then learn as I go and document the journey as I go along. So you'll see that my Joker Harlequin has quite a number of techniques applied for him. He is equipped with the fusion pistol, and this team is generally WYSIWYG except for the blades. These blades all count as the Harlequin's Embrace instead of what you see, because I don't like the Harlequin's Embrace. I don't like the way that it looks. It just looks like a sort of a thing sticking out the forearm. So that's what I did that was different from the book, but everything else, what you see is what you get. So that's the Joker, and this is Harley Quinn. And you'll see that I tried very hard not to use the typical out-of-the-box Harley Quinn poses. Did a little bit of nipping and cutting so that they could basically have a more unique pose. My combat spec is Deathstroke, and with Deathstroke, this was the first time I did the checkerboard pattern on the leg. Deathstroke's a lady in this instance, and you'll see that I also did some gradation from orange to blue on Deathstroke's cloak. Again, a different pose. I really wanted like a backhand sword, so tried to not make it look like a typical Harlequin pose. My last specialist, my medic, is Poison Ivy, and Poison Ivy has a bit of freehand on her thighs. You'll see a little fern leaf pattern on her left thigh and a little bit more of a vine on the top of her right thigh. Yes, she is not wearing pants. I decided to paint her more like a traditional Poison Ivy rather than paint her with the usual Harlequin full body suit. So she has exposed skin on her arms and legs, and she's wearing knee-high boots. I thought that came out rather well. I'm satisfied with how it came out. And also with the Harlequin's Kiss, I decided to do a pink, sort of a pink glow on the tip of it. I don't think Harlequin's Kiss can be considered power weapons, but they do have an AP, and I thought it would be nice to sort of indicate that they do pierce through solid objects. And I have my two normies, and my two normies are Katana and Captain Boomerang. No Suicide Squad should be without a Captain Boomerang. Let's look at him first. So he's got that Harlequin's kiss as well, and this is where I did a little bit of nipping as well, where his pose, this one is literally the most similar to what you see on the box photo for the Harlequins. It was quite difficult to create something unique, especially with this weird leg positioning, but did my best and sort of tried to give him sort of a kung fu flying kick look. And finally, Katana. And it has probably the simplest color scheme out of all of them. And the only thing that makes her a little bit different is the red dot on her forehead. Again, this was very early on when I was still learning how to freehand. So sometimes you see kind of messy work. And finally, you'll see that all of them have a marble pattern. I'm sort of working on fixing this. I had to replace Deathstroke's base because it got damaged. But you'll see that most of them have a marble pattern on the base, and I'll do a little tutorial on how I got that marble effect with the sort of blue-green veins of minerals in the white. And also layer of art coat makes it glossy. You'll see that I do like glossy bases, so I've done a lot of them this way. So remind me if I don't remember to do a tutorial on glossy marble bases. Now you may ask, what's missing? The answer is my commander, and my commander is a Shadow Seer there, and you'll see that he's got, or she, they are pretty what you call it, what's that word, I forgot that word, asexual. And you'll see that my Shadow Seer is done up in the colors of Circe, green and purple, and highlights of yellow as well. And the Shadow Seer is a particular favorite of mine. You'll notice that it's slightly different from the box Shadow Seer in the sense that the mist stave is missing from her hand. And the reason is because I broke it, and unfortunately it was impossible to fix back, so I cut the whole damn thing off, and I'm working on something new instead. And hands always open, always got an opportunity to do something in that hand. Another detail I'd like to highlight is the neural disruptor, and tried hard to paint each facet of the neural disruptor in a different color and add a gradient to that color inside that facet as well. I'm not satisfied, but I'll probably get around to more Harlequins and more practice soon. So the gradation of color and the drawing checkerboards sort of culminated in this commander for my Killteam, and you'll see that those techniques are applied slightly better, slightly more refined than the models I used to practice on. The same with the marble base, and you'll see that the marble base, and if I can change my exposure, you'll see that the marble base has nice organic looking streaks in it and doesn't look as strange or forced as some of the bases on the other models. So there's my Killteam. I hope you liked what I did with them, but I'd like to show one thing before I sign off. Another thing that I wanted to experiment with, and to show you the true effect, I'll have to switch off some of the lights. So I'll move these away, and you'll see what I've done with the Shadow Seer is I've given her a fluorescent paint work, only on the inside, only on the interior of her tabards and sashes. And this was purely as just so I could do it, just to see if it could be done sort of decision. And I think I'm pretty happy with that effect as well. And as my focus, and I'm pretty happy with this effect as well. Focus, there we go. So there she is in her glowy goodness, fluorescent paint. So I will definitely get around to using fluorescent paint for some of my other projects once I decide how I want to apply this very interesting effect on my minis. And there you have it. That's my Killteam. Thank you all for watching, and please again like and subscribe and comment and let me know how I can be better at creating these videos. And also please have a look at the subscribe button and click it, because I do have a giveaway this month. The giveaway ends on January the 15th, and it goes out to all subscribers if I hit my subscription target of 250 in the next 30 days. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.